Tēnā rā koutou katoa, whakatau mai rā, ki tēnei o ngā rohe o Ngāti Tōranga tira mihi ana ki te iwi. Anō ko nei, ara rā, nei rā, mātou a tia watoe papaho, mai tēnei papatakoro, Jerry Collins Stadium. And in fact, the game has kicked off with 12 minutes in, with the Te Aroha Eels ahead 4-0. Missing the kick, of course, this try scored by Lofa Lavu, the centre, right side centre for the Te Aroha Eels. And I'm joined in the commentary box by Cassius Carissa, Willie Anuka. Boys, Cassius, what a game today, beautiful conditions.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the game. We saw Lofa Lavu come down on the right side hand here for TA and score a great try. It's great. We see it's quite a tight tussle here, and the Hunters are on attack here, so it should be interesting to see if they get the try here.
So we've got two Porirua boys and one Hutt Valley boy in the commentary box. Willie Anuka, mate, good to have you on board today.
Yeah, kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui kia koutou, and thanks for bringing me on board here, boys. Obviously a great day, as Cass was saying, and it's going to be a tough tussle up front between Te Aroha and Hunter Victoria Hunters, but it looks like it's going out wide, and Hunters are doing well at the moment.
Yes, there we go. It's a try time to the Hunters.
So well.
The Te Aroha Eels caught short on the blind side with the winger for the Hunters, JT Canton, crossing over out wide for the first try for the Hunters today.
Yeah, that was a great try. You see, when they came out wide, the centre was able to beat his opposition on the inside, and he set up his winger out wide, and that's great resilience from the Hunters. If they want to stay in this match, they have to match TA. They have to match them up front, and we saw TA come out. They're really showing their intent in defence. A bit over enthusiastic at times. They've given away a few penalties here and there as well. Yeah,
first penalty that came in just about 2 minutes ago to Victoria Hunters, and they're obviously able to play on from that and then score that try in the corner. So well done to them.
Yeah, as we cross over live to our sideline commentator Semi Carissa.
Went to sideline at Porirua Park. A high of 18 today, and as you saw, we've got tries coming out of our ears today. As you can see, we're getting ready for the next conversion, but as Cass said, similar to that first try, they've exposed the wings. I'd be interested on the left side of the Hunters at the moment, because that's where they scored their first try. We'll keep you updated as the game goes on. We'll head back to the boys upstairs.
Yes, of course, the score is 4-4 with the conversion to come and falling short. So 4-4 between the Te Aroha Eels and the Victoria Hunters here at Jerry Collins Stadium with 13 minutes gone.
Yeah, I mean, people can't see it at home, but there's a bit of a breeze favouring the Eels at the moment, so they really need to take advantage of it. Kick to the corners, try and turn this big pack around. We see the pack for the Hunters led by the Fuimaona brothers, who are veterans of the club, who've been there for a while now.
Yeah, really following on from that try for the Hunters. Obviously, the young winger who's tried to kick that conversion missed it, but we're back here now, and 4-4. It's a good start to the game.
Already a change for the Te Aroha Eels, number 25, Damien Madsen, of course, former player back in the days, former Uphutt Tiger, Avalon Werewolves rugby player, lining up for the Eels today with Daniel Walker with the kick-off 4-4 here at Jerry Collins Stadium for the Plate Grand Final. As the Hunters with a strong run there from the winger, I think that was the winger from the Hunters on the 30-metre line, centre field, and they go right with another settle. This prop forward, number 12, he's been a bit of a stalwart for the club. He's been grinding away over the years and still going strong for the Hunters as they go short side. It's been a bit of a worry for the Te Aroha Eels, that short side, Cassius, with another, they kind of gone forward, he's gone back, Sonny Whakarau. I think the Te Aroha Eels have cleaned it up.
Yeah, well, you see the number 9, Tolovaa, for the Hunters is causing a lot of havoc up the middle. He's getting some quick play balls from the veteran himself, Jeremy McKee. So, still a lot of mistakes happening up the middle for both teams. They just need to settle down and get into the grind.
Obviously, we've got a dry track out there, so I think you're going to see a couple of offloads. I mean, there was a great run there by the Victoria player, and I think, dry track, but there's some big hits out there as well.
Yes, Ned Walters has been doing well organising the Te Aroha Eels out there. 4-4 here at Jerry Collins Stadium with an outside ball to the winger. They've got numbers here. Lofa, the first try scorer for the Eels, takes it back inside. He'll probably take the settle here, 20 metres out. I think it might be tackle 3 here. Good to see Derek Samoli there as a touch judge. Ned Walters puts the early kick up, crossfield kick. An easy one for the Victoria Hunter winger.
He's caught it, play on. Oh.
So a nice completed set there from the Eels, Kes.
Yeah, it was a good set. I thought the kick was a bit deep. The chasers were a bit behind, and so the Hunters fullback was able to take it. I thought he caught it in goal for there, but not to be. So they're working it out of their own red zone.
And there's a penalty there for holding down for the Hunter team. They're going to try and find the line.
Yeah, I must say, you know, the game was pretty slow in those play the balls, so it's good to see Sonny Whakaro getting on top of those quick play the balls just to try and speed things up today.
Yeah, well, that's what you're in there for. You try and test the ref, see what your boundaries are. Is it 2 seconds, 3 seconds, or 4 seconds? So Sonny's stamping his authority. He wants a quick game, and that's what we want to see as well. So let's see what the Hunters have here.
Yes, as they take it up, this prop forward's been grinding all day, finding his front for the Hunters. 45 metres out from the try line as they play the ball. That's tackle number 1. They go back to the middle to, I think he's one of the brothers as well. There's 3 of them, the Fui Maono brothers, fronting up for the Hunters today. And speaking of Fui Maono, there's another one, another prop forward. In fact, 2 of them are playing prop, one of them being the captain. Looking for a quick play the ball there. The Hunters, they go left out to the number 6, a standoff. Number 11, haven't seen him, a bit of a gingerhead out there. Great defence there. No, he slips off from the Eels. 10 metres out. A good opportunity for the Hunters here as they go back to the middle of the field. Oh, that's just too easy for the Hunters. In for another try with the number 9, Javal Tolova'a. That's his 4th try for the season.
Well, mate, we spoke about him before. He was causing havoc up the middle from dummy half, and we seen him out here. He looked a bit like Jonah Lomu. He just steamed through, and it's a shame that no one wanted to tackle him. So, you know, we see the Hunters really come back now, and now they've got 4 points ahead.
Hard-running hooker. You know, he's obviously one of the mainstays of this team for the season, and obviously leading into the grand final, they're going to be utilising him quite a lot during this game.
Yeah, so another try there for the University Hunters to take the score 8 points to 4 over the Te Aroha Eels, with about sort of 13, 14 minutes gone in the game. In fact, the scoreboard's taking a bit of a reset in terms of the time. So we're on referee time right here. Sonny Whakaro, what's your thoughts on the referee's job so far?
Yeah, I think he's good. We spoke about how the players are trying to test him with trying to lie all over the play the balls, but he's really stepping his authority. He's getting them back a good team, because we need a good team in the grand final so the attacking team can display what they've got up their sleeves. And so he's an experienced ref. He's a legend of the game, and it's great to have him still involved in the local rugby league. Yeah,
as you're saying, Cass, plenty of experience here, Sonny Whakaro. He's been around for a long time, and obviously giving back to the game in terms of refereeing. So, you know, this is going to be a really interesting game, and as you were saying before, Cass, you know, trying to push the bar a little bit with the referee, but he's taking none of it so far. Yeah,
the conversion unsuccessful. Could be the difference today. 8 points to 4. The Victoria Hunters over the Te Aroha Eels. And I just want to send a big shout out to some of my whānau. Of course, Cody Campbell would have been lining up on the wing today for the Te Aroha Eels. Unfortunately, they took one of our pepi back up north to Berry. So big shout out to all the whānau there that are streaming in on Facebook and travelling back to Wellington. Safe travels, kia koutou e te whānau. And if you've just joined us, Noel Woods, Cassius Caressa and Willie Inuka are calling the game. Semi Caressa down on the sideline. We'll cross over to him very shortly, get a sense of what it's like out there. I mean, the crowd is minimal, as we all know, 50 spectators per club.
Yeah.
So, you know, it'd be pretty hard to choose. I mean, you kaumatua first, and how do you choose it?
Oh, that's hard. I feel sorry for the clubs, you know, how they actually prioritise who, because obviously the wives will want to be there, or, you know, the dads want to be there, the mums. But, you know, we take our hats off to the league community who's been able to, you know, just stay within the restrictions and keep it to the limit that we have.
Yeah, it's been quite tough, obviously, with COVID restrictions this year, and obviously we're still at level 2, hoping to go down to level 1, but that wasn't so, and so, you know, we are playing here with only 100 people. I think the idea is they will will play this game, and then the 100 will move out, and then we'll obviously look at moving in the next lot of people for the main grand final, the cup grand final later on.
Yes, there was a tackle 3 now for the University Hunters. They'll be looking to complete their set here. I've been impressed with number 10, Fui Mano. He's been running it strong today. In fact, he's usually a centre or a back, so he's been working well in the middle there for the Hunters as they go to tackle 4, middle of the field. They've got options both sides. They go left to number 13 for the Hunters. He works hard all day, and that's 5th and final. Sonny Whakaro with the hand up.
They made some good yards today. That's a good yard. You see, they've got up to the 40. When they first started, they were only getting to their 40, but they're getting some good yards now, which showing they're getting the momentum and getting a bit of a roll on there.
Nice scrubber there from the number 6, and obviously they're going to try and keep them in their own half. The Hunters obviously doing really well, 8-4 at the moment.
Yes, Jerry Collins Stadium here in Porirua, gorgeous conditions. Madsen at hooker, he's come on pretty early. This guy's going to be looking for a big game. Number 20, Peter Ekavati, Fiji is in the house as they make some good yards. The Eels out to the captain, Ned Walters. Short ball to Daniel. Oh, a bit of a high shot there, but he was going down. Sonny Whakaro's let that one cruise as they go to Tyson Edmonds, putting a kick down early. Not quite a 40-20, but they'll be happy with that set. Another completed set.
Oh, that's a good set. You know, they started down on their 20, and now they're getting the scrum on the 20. So great set from the Te Aroha Eels. But you see, both teams are settling down into their play now. They're getting a bit of flow into it. So it's really good to see them really coming along, Willie.
This will be a scrum, obviously, to the Hunter side. Bit of a little rest period here. It's a hot day here today, so you know. These boys will be sucking in the big ones, and you know, obviously, it's one of these teams will need to get the ascendancy over the other, and but I think Te Aroha playing their smarts at the moment.
Yeah, for sure. Well, packing the scrum here, be getting a good rest. The intensity needs to be pretty good out there for the boys. The fitness will test the crew very shortly as the Hunters grind their way out of the red zone. The Eels looking for a great defensive set here on the 20-metre line as they go left. This guy here, he could cause some issues today, the centre for the Hunters. I've refereed him earlier this year. He's pretty fiery. Masanga, is it?
Yeah, Afa Masanga.
As the winger comes in for a little hit up there for the Hunters, tackle 3. Slow play the ball still. Sonny Whakaro lets that one go. Fui Mano has been impressive today, with another hit-up, in some cases doing a couple of hit-ups in one set. They go wide to the halfback. Another hit-up there from the Hunters.
Yeah, that's a great hit-up there. That's actually Tana Filo. He's just come in. He's been late into the squad, but he's actually playing really good here. That's a good kick from the halfback down to the 20. And it's taken from the Eels fullback.
Yes, a new player for me, Corey Howe. I'm not too sure where he's come from, but good to see some youth in the Eels. As you know, we've been struggling over the last decade. Yeah. So I'm excited to see these young guys get an opportunity today. Yeah, and that's the thing with Wellington Rugby League. We have been struggling with the young ones coming through with no kind of pathways, no under-19s or under-21s for them. But it's a strong hit up there from Lofa, the centre, the try scorer. Metres out from the try line. The Eels slow play the ball there as another hit up. The second hit up for the set. Lofa has been working hard today with a quick play the ball. He should be penalised there. Woodsy would have pinged him. Walters out there. He's stepping a go. He's still going.
He's got the numbers. He's got the numbers.
Out wide. And a great try to the Eels. Ekavati just finished heading up. Went back out to the centre. Scored that try.
I was just going to say, where did he come from? Because he just played the ball 2 plays before that, and then he ended up back on the left centre. And we spoke about him earlier on in the game. We talked about the danger players, and he's just showing he's made a settle. He's got into his position and scored a try out wide.
Yeah, great veteran out there, Ned Black Walters. As I said, Porirua boy, but he's obviously been playing for Te Aroha for the last few years, and he's based out in the hut now. Great dummy pass from him, able to get through and get that ball out to the centre to score.
Yes, so the score is all tied up now. 8-all here at Jerry Collins Stadium between Te Aroha Eels and Victoria Hunters for the plate grand final. As we cross down to the sideline with Semi Carissa, mate, What's it feeling like down the side there?
Well, that try that we've just seen was huge work by that forward pack. They just rolled up the team straight down the middle, and by the time they got into that red zone, basically, Hunters didn't know what to do. They were in shambles in terms of their defence, and it just made it easy, that pass out into the corner and scoring those points. Both players and teams are getting a bit fatigued at the moment. I know the game's just started, but that's because there's been an intense 20 minutes, I'd say, in this first part of the game. Not many guys coming off the bench, as I've heard from up there with you guys, but at the moment I think the Eels have the momentum. Their only problem at the moment is they need to come off their line on defence a lot stronger when they're hard up against the line. Other than that, Eels looking really good. Back to you guys.
Yeah, Semi Carissa live on the sideline there. Score is 8-all, and I think about 25 minutes into the first half. Cassius, mate, this game could go either way.
Yeah, it's a seesaw game, and it's what we expected in a grand final. Both these teams are really hyped up. We saw them walk through the gate this morning. They both came in all looking good, kitted out in their uniform, and so they're both here meaning business. And like Sammy said, I think TA up the middle have that kind of advantage, but then again, you know, the Hunters are not lying down. They're definitely in with the fight.
Yeah, powerful display by both forward packs in this first half. I noticed the number 9, To'olova for the Hunters was down and out for a little bit, but he's back in with the rest of the team, and obviously they're going to come out and 8-all. It's nice and close.
We didn't quite get a chance to introduce the teams today, so let's go through the Te Aroha lineup. The Te Aroha Eels at fullback, Corey Howe has come from rugby up there in All Portuguese, so good to see it. Well, I've just seen them. Tane Fa'amosili is on the wing. Grew up in Upper Hutt, played rugby for Stokes Valley. This is his first season in rugby league. Of course, in the centres, Lofa Lovi'i. He is the try scorer for today, former St. Pat's Silverstream worker. The other centre is the hard-running centre that just finished scoring this try, actually, Peter Ekevati, former Avalon rugby player, and played for the successful Fijian side in the recent Pacific Cup. And on the wing, Peter Mokekaka. He is in his 6th year of playing rugby league, a former reserve player when they won it back in 2015. In the halves, of course, Captain Ned Walters and Tyson Edmonds, probably the most experienced players out there, with the conversion missed there from Daniel Jackson, who is in hooker at number 9. Lale Osange and player coach Denzel Lepua. Your prop forwards, Tupuni Kamakorewa and Haifene Aisea are your second rowers. Dan Sialava'a in at number 13. On the bench, Damien Madsen, Ata Tuhakaraina, Kenichi Rowe, and Marika Vavatanga. As we go into the university side.
So yeah, looking at the university side, we've got Lorenzo Adler. So 1 try this year, first season of rugby league. The guy actually still plays soccer on Sundays, so this is awesome to see a soccer boy out there. Lorenzo Adler. Number 2, JT Canton. Number 3, Louis Afamasanga. Number 4, Tom Pellant. 3 tries this year, and he's obviously scored another one today's game. So, first year with the club. He's been playing in Christchurch for the Linwood Cares. Number 5, Eddie Asovale. Number 6, Danny Higginson, with that flash-looking haircut out there. Number 7, Rion Smith. Number 8, and Captain Isaiah Fuimaono. We've obviously been talking about the Fuimaono brothers so far, and they've been leading from the front. Travail Tolovata is number 9. We've got number 10, the brother Leo Fuimaono. Howie Gardner, number 11. Number 12, Jeremy McKee. Number 13, Bobo Fuimaono, another brother. And then we've got number 14, Jamal Tamaiva. Tana Filo, which is number 15. Adama Davis at number 16. And Kalis Crichton, number 17.
Yes, we are live here. Te Aroha Eels making some good yards with Daniel Walker, the hooker. Slow play the ball there from the Eels as they go left to player coach Denzel Lepua with a good strong hit up and a quick play the ball. Oh, could have been offside there from the marker. Yes, Sonny Whakaro picks that one up. Marker's not quite square.
Well, there's a lot of roll-on coming from the Eels in that set. You know, they marched up their third tackle and they're on the halfway, so they're really showing their intent. They're really hungry to get in there. It was good to see the injection of their number 23. He's quite a big unit. Yes,
number 23 he is, and in fact he was in the reserve grade winning team in 1995. Wow. He is another Fijian brother.
Yeah.
So good to see him back in his beloved Eels colours.
First penalty here for Te Aroha Eels, and now on the 20-metre mark. Obviously got our front rower hitting it up. I think he's just come off the bench here.
It's number 17 for the Te Aroha Eels. Another slow play of the ball. Madsen and Ed Hooker. Daniel Walker looks like to have shifted out a little bit wider in the pivot role maybe. Might be a good move from the Eels. Centre field, attacking play. Madsen scoots from dummy half. Not quite through the defensive line of the Hunters as they play the ball out to Walker with a good pass out to Lale. Is that Lale? No, yes it is. Yep. The experienced Lale will be one of the oldest players out there alongside Ned Walters. Te Aroha Eels hot on attack here. Looking for Ned Walters. He goes out wide, keeps it short to this 23, gets a good offload, puts in the grubber. And I think the Hunters might have played at that. See what Sonny Whakaro calls here. He's going to have a consultation with Derek Samolia on the sideline. I reckon like the Hunters had a bit of a play at that little grub.
Yeah, it looked like it came off his foot. He played it.
Here we go.
Oh.
We heard it. Sonny Whakaro, scrum, TA ball. He played at that. Mate, what a game it is so far.
Oh, mate. How good is that they can actually hear the ref and the sideline support, sideline man there. It's great, really adds to the kind of intention of this game here. But it was, it was the last play there. I thought it was a bit of a nothing in normal play, but then they came up with the result, so they get another chance to attack the line.
Yeah, second set on the line for TA. We're going to see what's going to happen in there. Ned Walters calling the shots out there in the back line.
Yes, here we go. Tyson Edmonds to feed the scrum. Correct call from Whakaro out to Walters. Looking for the short ball to player coach. Oh, he comes up with another simple mistake. Too many mistakes today, Cassius.
Yeah, that was very unfortunate, and then they've backed it up with a penalty. So, they tried the short ball off the scrum there, knocked it on, and now they're giving away a penalty. So, they've let the pressure off the Hunters there, and the Hunters will be relieved.
Yeah, it's a third penalty now for Hunter, and there's a bit of discipline that needs to come from TA. Unfortunately, Hunters are going to be finding the touch and ready for their next play.
Yes, rescued out of their red zone there for the Hunters. They'll be relieved. Sonny Whakaro's had a good game so far. He's controlling the boys well. Good discipline, actually. I mean, that just slipped up a little bit high as the Hunters ruck it up again. He's been good all day today for the Hunters. That's tackle one. Jamal Tamaiva's on there, I see it, hooker. He's an experienced player from back in the days.
Yeah, I used to play against that guy, and it's amazing to see he's still running around. He's really quick out of dummy half, really crafty out of there too. So as you can see there, he's getting their players on the front foot, so it's a great addition to the Hunters. Yeah,
great ascendancy up the middle there from the Hunters. It's a slow play the ball there, but we're looking again the ball out to the back line now. Short pass there from Higginson.
Yeah, the Hunters working there. Good yards here, actually, for the Hunters as they get in a good position with another hit up, number 17 for the Hunters. Sloppy offload there to Jamal. The halves will be in there tight end if they go wide. The centre's been impressive all day. He's, of course, a second rower, loose forward, so he's doing well out in the centres there. As the Hunters on the final tackle, they go for the kick. Oh, the short side, they've been troubling them all day, that short side. Oh, just short. That would have been another try for sure with the winger coming up short.
Yeah, that was clever play from the number 7, Rion Smith. You can see he's a touch player, so he faked to kick it open, then turned back to the blind, and they actually had the numbers. Just the pass from the centre went a bit forward, and, they looked like they were in the corner there.
Yeah, that was on the final, so it looks like it's going to be well, they're all gathering up for a scrum, but it's actually going to be a play the ball there to the Eels. Everyone looks bunched up at the moment.
Yes, e te iwi hoki mai anō ki tēnei papahotanga mai te Papatakoro Jerry Collins Stadium, proudly brought to you by Aotearoa FM. The score currently 8-all between the Te Aroha Eels and the Victoria Hunters. Lofa, the try-scoring centre for today, has been strong all day as they go wide. Madsen to the flying Fijian. Oh, another mistake there from the Eels as Sonny Whakaro allows play to go. And the Hunters winger tidies up the ball. Another offload to the Hunters. So that'll be 0 tackle there, Cass.
Yeah, very unfortunate. Ikevati, he ran down that left-hand side, but he lost the ball. But I have to give big ups to the other centre on this side. Lovi, he's been playing awesome. Some really strong hit-ups. Yeah, there's been a few mistakes here by TA. And, obviously for the Hunters, they really need to capitalise on this. They're in the TA's half at the moment, and
It's a short offside there from TA. Obviously the refs trying to get them back on the 10 as much as possible.
Yeah, they have been a bit short today, and which is a bit of a shame. Get them back a good 10. I mean, I always try and push them for 11 at least, and you can open up their game a little bit more.
Yep.
As the Hunters sloppy play the balls in the set, but they get wide to the halves. He'll be looking for a long ball. Oh, what's happened there? It's gone back.
Oh, gone back.
Was he a recount there? Was he a hand from the Eels? What will Whakaro call? He's happy with that, I'm guessing.
Yeah, play on.
Hunters on attack. They've been good on this short side, actually. Ooh. With a great hit up there from the second row. Yes, grabbing the legs. Another silly penalty from the Te Aroha Eels.
Yeah, really silly penalty. You know, that was late in the tackle count, so they just had to D up for another 2. But now they've given away the penalty, and now the Hunters get to regroup and sort out their attack. This could be a try-scoring opportunity for them.
Yes, number 12 for the Hunters, Jeremy McGee. He's been pretty good going forward all day as the Hunters hot on attack here. A great hit up from the Hunters, looking for a quick play the ball here. 4 metres out, Jamal in at hooker. They're looking to settle in the middle there. Te Aroha Eels all short of the line. Whakaro in good position there. Hunters on attack, Jamal. He might go himself. No, gets the ball out wide. Ooh. And a great step there. This could be another try. And it is easy try for the Hunters in the corner.
Kenton.
Great try.
JT
Kenton, yeah.
Number 2 with another try, Cass.
Yeah, I actually thought they blew the try there. The centre went back in, and then I thought he was going to go all the way, but he was cleverly threw the fast pass back out wide, and Kenton's gone in the corner there, so it's try for try again. Yeah,
they spotted that overlap, and then obviously they cut back inside, as you were saying, Cass, but able to get it out to the winger, young Jackson Kenton, and great try, but it's going to be another hard kick from the sideline there for the Hunters.
Yes, we'll go down, cross over to the sideline with Semi Caressa. Mate, what's the feelings down there?
Look, at the moment, we've got teams that are kind of just need to finish, and that's what the one thing that the Hunters have done to score in that corner. Some great work, that last pass to draw his man, and then making sure that Kenton on the wing was able to get that try in the corner. Kenton's got quite a nice boot at the moment. I'm expecting him to get this one from the last kick that he had, but energy-wise, I think both teams are trying to do their best in what they're trying to achieve, but as you saw in the previous lead-ups to this try, we had the Eels who just about scored down the other end. They're actually, I think, finding their rhythms at the moment. The referee looks a bit gassed as I stand right next to him and say it quite quietly, but back to you guys.
Yeah, 69% record this year for JT Kenton. He's obviously missed that one though, so score now is
12-8.
12-8.
And you know, we go back to that error by Ikavati on the left-hand side there. He turned it over, and then from that set, they came down here, got a penalty and scored from there. So it's all about possession and discipline as well. So if the team can stay disciplined and not give the other team, the opposition, an easy ride down.
Yeah, Victoria Hunters 12, Te Aroha Eels 8 here at Jerry Collins Stadium. Broadcasting live on our Te Awato FM Facebook. Mihi ana kia koutou to all our viewers out there, thank you very much. And just a big shout out to the coaching staff and management for the Victoria Hunters. Andy Mackay, former player. Mickey O'Brien, assistant coach, managed by Stephen Gallagher. Trainers are Clayton Emma and Brett Bulkley with the kick-off. Young Daniel Jackson with a big kick, a 50-metre kick there from the Eels. And the Hunters grinding out of the red zone. A good hit up there from the prop forward from the Hunters. Still slow play, the ball's all messy in the ruck there. What does Whakaro call? Yeah. Oh! Scored a knock on. I'm not too sure about that one. The marker wasn't quite square for me.
Yeah, well, it was hard because Sonny was on the other side of the ruck and we could see it from our side. It was a clear knock on from Te Aroha Eels, but you know, that's how it rolls, and so hopefully the TA Eels can make the most of that advantage.
No captain's challenge in this game, mate. Obviously, got to go with the play that the referee calls, and yep, he's called a knock on to the Hunters, and it's Te Aroha Eels ball.
Yeah.
It's quite interesting, you know. We've got a even though we've got COVID and restrictions and everything, there's a good crowd out here at the moment, and they're really making a lot of noise. It's great to see.
Yeah, Te Aroha Eels, perfect opportunity to attack right now. I think on my clock about 2 to 3 minutes left in the first half here with the player coach Denzel hitting things up. He'll be wanting to make up for the earlier mistake which led to the Hunters' try. 12 metres out, the Te Aroha Eels go left out to the captain, Ned Walters. A long ball. Oh, another mistake there from the Fijian flyer, Eka Vati. He'd be disappointed with that.
Yeah, it was very unfortunate. You see, he had about 6 guys lined up, but he skipped all of them and went to the wing. So, you know, he's probably better to settle it up there. We're still early in the tackle count. So, you know, it's still only 12-8. There's anybody's game.
Yeah, TA trying to chance their arm a little bit by, you know, doing things like skip passes and, you know, as you're saying, Cash, you know, they really do need to settle it down. It's very close in terms of the score. So, but yep, Hunters ball again, and we'll see what they can do.
12 points to 8, the Victoria Hunters over the Te Aroha Eels with minutes remaining in the first half, grinding out of the red zone. This centre has been Tom Pallant, 3 tries this year. Been playing in Christchurch for the Linwood Cares, so he's been impressive today.
Yeah, really solid. Look at him. He's got a really strong build, low to the ground, so he's one of their power players out wide.
In fact, a couple of tries on that short side of his, so he'll be looking to improve today with the other centre for the Hunters. Another strong hit up. I think tackle 4 might be there for the Hunters. Slow play the ball there. Pretty sloppy from Daniel Jackson. We're looking to improve his game today. He's been a little bit quiet today, but give him the opportunity. I think he could be the difference for the Eels here at Jerry Collins Stadium. As they go right to number 12, Jerry McKee. He's been on the front foot all day today. And that's final tackle, Sonny Whakaro. All that defensive line's pretty sloppy out there. He'll be wanting to get that back. And that's been kicked out of the full. Yes, that's pretty city play there from the experienced Jamal.
Yeah, that was great pressure there. Great pressure from TA. They came up and chased him hard, and he, you know, had to kick the ball away, and with the wind, it just blew it out. So now they're under pressure again. Hopefully TA can just settle it down. Don't rush it. Just get down to that try line and try and get a play on there. Yeah,
straight play the ball now, and we've got a hit up from the TA team. They'll be looking at trying to punch it up the middle, and then I think maybe they'll be looking at trying to get it out wide. Hopefully their captain there, Ned Walters, he's playing that ball on the inside, but he'll be looking to get into his bag of tricks while there's a penalty.
Another penalty there for holding down. Quick play the ball. Damien Madsen takes the quick one. He's a nuggety little player. He's been around the traps for a long time as they get to play the ball. Walters, Walker, the captain, out to Tyson Edmonds. Short of the line there, the Eels on tackle 2. We're looking to score to even the game up here. Oh, sloppy. Play the ball there from the Te Aroha Eels.
Oh, great ball from
great ball from the captain. He looks like he's in. The player coach, Denzel Lepasua, number 24, in for the Eels.
Oh, what a great pass from Walters. Just put him in the gap. You know, the opposition was looking for the back door, but he hit the short ball. And Denzel, you know, you look like a young buck coming through there. Just that speed, hitting that ball, hitting that hole really well.
Ned Black Walters, as some of the Porirua boys will know him as I said, he's a former Aotea College boy, and you know, he's been playing in the game for a while. He's very experienced, very good touch player as well, and it was great to see him on the field, obviously contributing by these short passes, a couple of skip passes out there as well, which were a bit unsuccessful. But yeah, he's really leading from the front, well, leading from the back, really, setting up all these plays.
Yeah, 12 points all, and the siren has just gone to signal half time here at the Wellington Rugby League Grand Final. In the plate final, of course, these 2 teams deserve to be here. They both qualified top 2 for the bottom 5. The Te Aroha Eels with the kick to come, a chance to go ahead at half-time. Cassius, your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, it's been an action-packed game. You know, it took a while for both teams to settle down, a few mistakes, but it's been end-to-end, 12 all at the moment. I'm sure he'll get this kick to go ahead at half-time. So, you know, both teams are in there. It's still anybody's game.
Yeah, and I think, you know, for TA, while they got that try, you know, there's still, you know, there were a couple of penalties that were against them in this first half. They've been quite lucky to obviously get some good play, especially coming towards the end of the second half, and there's a great kick there. Well done.
Oh, 14-12.
There you go, Anthony. Successful conversion there from Daniel Walker, the hooker for the Te Aroha Eels, taking the boys into half-time. Looks like the Eels are going into the changing sheds. Victoria Hunters decided to stay out. It's 14-12 here at Jerry Collins Stadium for the Wellington Rugby League Grand Final. Proudly brought to you by Aotearoa. Well, no, Cassius, mate, your pick for both sides in terms of what players have done well today.
Yeah, I think for the Hunters, the right hand, second hand rower has really shone out. I think McKee's been really outstanding, and also for TA, the right hand centre, Lovi has been outstanding as well. Just the amount of hit ups he's done, he's taken a lot of pressure off his forwards, and I think that's going to come a long way in the second half, because as you can see, it's a beautiful day, and so the heat's going to get them. So whoever's the fittest, whoever can stay hydrated the most, will be the team that comes out on top.
Willie, Anouk, over to you, mate. Your thoughts on some of the players that have shown their wear for the Hunters today?
Yeah, obviously the Fuimaono brothers have been they've been explosive up the middle. They've been playing really well, and they obviously feed off each other really well as well. Their number 12, Jeremy McKee, player in the headgear. He's a good player. A lot of hit ups, and he's obviously trying to keep that roll on going forward for them. TA obviously trying to front up in the forwards, and Hunter doing their best to keep that line as good as they can. And I think in the second half it will be a real test of who's the fittest at the end of the day.
As we will reflect on the game today, tries scored for the Te Aroha Eels by Lofa Lovi, Peter Ekevati and player coach Denzel Lepua, just recently putting the boys in front. One conversion successful from Daniel Walker. Try scorers for the Hunters today, a double by JT Canton with no successful conversions. Travel Tolova'a with an easy try, the number 9 for the Hunters.
Yeah, no, it's been great. It's been a seesaw game, and so both of these teams are really showing that they're up for it. And it's a great grand final. And the best thing is we can see the crowd here, even though it's only 150 from each crowd. It sounds like there's 200 out there.
Yeah, plenty of chatter out there, especially from the crowd. As you were saying, Cass, these guys are going great at the moment.
Awesome. We're going to go down to the crowd. Semi live on location, I think, with Star Olsen at the moment. Semi.
Yes, welcome back everyone to our viewers. Thank you for joining us on this live stream. I'm with Star, who will be calling the grand final later this afternoon, but he's been sitting here in the shade. We're live sideline, but further back from the sideline. Star, the game, it's 14-12. What are your thoughts?
I think, mate, conditions no excuse. I think the fact that the season's been a stop-start affair due to the coronavirus has meant that preparations for all those teams has been a stop-start affair. We're seeing a bit of that today. There's both sides of there playing injured. You can see that. I think for me, the university side, it's got a bit more fitness than the Te Aroha Eel side. They've got the wind in the second half. And they'll use that to their advantage. I think you'll see a good kicking game from University in the second half. I think the Te Aroha boys in the second half need to just stay what they've been doing and trying to dominate the middle. But at the same time, mate, play a bit of a heads-up football. Sometimes we can get lured into being too structured, and if the opportunities present themselves out wide, then they should have a look. They've got some Fijian flyers out there on the edge, on that left edge, and they need to be given a bit more ball. And I think that with Ned there controlling the play, the difficulty with that, he's only controlling one side of the ruck. We need to try and have our 7 playing the other side of the ruck too, just to give a bit more variety. Equally with University, but I like the looks of that University side. So, not wanting to show my bias, mate, I'll say it'll come down to extra time. There you go.
There we go. It'll come down in extra time. Look, we'll cross back to the boys. I'll have another word to Star, and we'll go from there. I hope everyone gets out and gets a drink.
Yeah, tēnā koe, Semi Carissa, live on location here for the Wellington Rugby League Grand Final Day. You joined in the box with myself, Noel Woods, Cassius Carissa, Willie Anuka, well, pretty much on debut for me and yourself, Willie, but Cassius has been a part of the team for a while.
Yeah, it's been an honour to be part of the team, but we've never been this flash. Look, we've got a camera looking at us right now, so it's great to see that Aotearoa 2FM, always covering local rugby league and always building their capabilities, so huge honour for us.
Yeah, no, Cass gave me a contact. He contacted me about a week ago and said, "Mate, we want to throw you into the commentary box." So, bit of a blessing. It's been interesting, but just trying to keep up with these boys in terms of the play-by-play action. But as we're saying, it's been great here. Great day. Just a great day for rugby league in general, especially for Wellington Rugby League. There's been a lot going on with this thing called a worldwide pandemic called COVID, and it's been an interesting season as well. They've obviously just had the 10 teams in the competition for the Premier side and split it down into the top 5, bottom 5, and this is the result. We've got 2 good teams that are out here today, obviously trying to get that plate final.
Yeah, awesome. We're annoyed there. It's been a wonderful occasion today. We're going to touch on some of the history of the club. Let's focus on the Victoria Hunters, probably one of the newer clubs in the Wellington Rugby League history.
Yeah, well, the Hunters are a very proud club. They've been in the competition for the last 19 years. They came in 2001, and some of the people that started that club back in the day was Simon Phillips, Henry Heke, and Gabe Gibbons. I know Gabe Gibbons, rest in peace. He was a very good man. He actually managed the Porirua Vikings back in 2005 as well. So, and it wasn't long ago. 2018 was their last grand final where they lost to Whiti Tera, and that was a real tight one. They went down 26-20. So it was a really, really tight game, and since then they've been going through a rebuilding stage. And we talked about guys like Porirua Savage, people who have been involved in the clubs, the icons of the club, and so it's great to see them here in the plate final representing their club proudly.
Yeah, well, the boys are ready to get out there. And a quick history on the Te Aroha Eels. We're also a new club. We had a rugby league side back in the 1940s. Obviously went into recess, and a lot of our players played for the likes of Petone and Randwick. We grew our club through other clubs like Marist Northern, before officially in 1996 we were a standalone Te Aroha Eels rugby league side. We won the reserve grade competition, unfortunately didn't get promoted. We got more demoted in 97, and so reserve grade in 1998 was a historical moment for us, winning that grade. We had to actually go to court in 1999 to get premiership status, which we won 5 rounds into the competition. So obviously 1999 was a tricky history for Te Aroha Eels.
Yeah.
And as you remember, 2000 was our first ever Wellington Premiership victory. Also picking up victories in 2015, 2011 as well, where we beat the Vikings, stopping that 4-peat.
Oh, that 4-peat, yeah.
And then in 2015, beating Wainui at Westpac Stadium. First ever game at Westpac Stadium.
That's right. He's won actually both grades as well, like the Prems and the reserves.
Yes, the reserves.
Well, we don't need to talk more about that. Let's just let's get into the game.
And I just want to acknowledge Denzel Hokianga, who's been a stalwart of the club, a legend of the club. In fact, he was in that team in 2000, in 2011 and 2015. The 15-year span between premierships. He is a legend, player coach. Not many player coaches in the Wellington history that have picked up a grand final. I think Mike Edmonds might be the other that I know of.
Yeah. There's only elite few that have done that, and Denzel's been a stalwart for rugby league.
As we're back to the game, Sonny Whakaro signals for the kick-off. Ned Wilders with an early mistake. It's gone back, so he'll ruck that out. The score is 14 points to 12. The Te Aroha Eels over the University Hunters. As the Te Aroha Eels grind their way back out of the red zone. With the hard running forward is at Lale.
Just going back to the TA history, so which years were you involved with the club when they actually won a few premierships?
Yeah, so in 2000, obviously, all the young cussies from Waifetu, that was us, all us youngsters. So a special moment, not only for our league club, but our community. So fond memories of 2000 as the Te Aroha Eels hot on the attack. Good run there from the player coach. And number 20, Ekevati, be looking to make up for some early mistakes in the game today. As Whakaro signals the final tackle. Jackson out to Madsen, looking for a crossfield kick. Great kick, actually. As the fullback, he fumbles it, takes it back a bit. But does well to get out of the try line there.
No, hold on me. No, off.
Good balls there from Whakaro as the Hunters grind out of the red zone.
That was a great set from the Eels. They actually went the length of the field. Now they're putting the Hunters under pressure here.
Yeah, a lot of pressure been put on there by Te Aroha Eels. Great break down the sideline there, and obviously they got a good kick in place. And luckily for Hunters, they were able to get the ball back. And young JT Canton, he's fleet of foot. So he's only a small guy, but he's definitely got the courage to hit it up against these big boys.
Yeah, 2 tries for the winger today. No successful conversions, but good to see 17. Looks like he's taking a bit of a hit there. Whakaro signals for time off. The score here is 14 points to 12, the Hunters over the Eels.
Yeah, Chalice Crichton, he stayed down after that tackle. I'm not sure if it's a leg injury or head injury. The paramedics have come on to see how he's going, but he's come on and really made a difference, so they really need him to get up and continue to play because he's really changed the momentum with his hit-ups. Yeah, good play there. Obviously, as you were saying, Cash, Chalice Crichton and some of these other Victoria Hunter reserves that have come on and they've really tried to, I guess, straighten up the running game for Hunters. They were off a little bit off their feet in certain parts of the first half. Obviously for Diego, in terms of their penalties, they just need to obviously keep that discipline down. And but yeah, as we were just saying before, tight game going on at the moment.
You just want to send the big mihi to all our crew here at Aotearoa. As Cassius mentioned, we've got multi-camera angles. This
amazing.
Is the only thing we're missing, I think, is the drone out there, Cass. But other than that, mate, it just feels good to be bringing this coverage to all our whānau out there who couldn't be with us here today. Obviously, COVID-19. I think the announcement will be made tomorrow.
Yep.
Whether we drop down to level 1, and just imagine if we had it saved this day for Wednesday night footy or something.
It's really unfortunate, because of because of the logistics and moving the game was just too much, and it's just very fortunate that we have Aotearoa FM, and just looking at the camera views that they are providing for our viewers at home, it's outstanding.
And of course, Te Wiki o Te Reo Māori e Te Wii, so this is the last day more Te Wiki, but we don't want to end it just for this week. Let's support not only our Māori language, but there's many other languages out there. I think New Zealand Sign Language is next week, perhaps.
Yep.
So get out there and learn some of the languages of our country. So whakanuia I tō tātou reo rangatira. So there you go, number 17. Looks like they're taking them off.
Oh yeah, looks like that's him for the day. It looks like an ankle injury, so very unfortunate for the Hunters. So the other boys will need to step up and take his place.
Wait for them to get off, eh?
Yeah, looks like they've got the
Captain.
Hunters captain coming back up, coming back on to lead from the front again.
Here we go, hold, wait for them.
Big call.
Okay,
They're ready to get back into it.
Time's back on. Whakaro, he's done well so far in the game. Hopefully that hammy is intact. Oh, early mistake there from the Hunters. Seen the flying Te Aroha winger, and his moppy bushy hair might have freaked him out.
Yeah, man, that was a pressure ball, because you could see the winger coming in. He was all in for that tackle, and so the Hunters tried to go wide a bit early. They didn't earn the right to go wide, so very unfortunate. Turned the ball over, and now the Eels have a prime opportunity here. Yeah,
interesting. I mean, first half, TA were trying to chance their arm with some early plays, and unfortunately they didn't come off. And then, look, second half we've got Hunter. They tried to do an early play there, and they've knocked it on. So now TA are on the attack.
Ekavati with the hit up. He's been, not too bad today. Couple of mistakes. Madsen goes to the captain. Walters out wide. Lufa Lovi'i out there in the centre's been strong all game today. He'll be close to a player of the match today as they find themselves 18 metres out from the try line. Madsen in at hooker to the former hooker, Daniel Jackson, inside to Kome Karewa. He's been pretty strong, number 23 today. They're going wide out to the captain again. Walters with another long ball to the player coach, Denzel Lepua, with another strong run. Tackle 4. Out to the hooker Walker. Edmonds to captain Ned Walters. Settles in the middle. That'll be 5th and final tackle for the Eels. What they're going to do, they go to Jackson with a long ball. Looks like it's going to be an easy try for the Eels today. Number 17 for the Eels.
Yeah, that was a great try. So try to Kennedy Rowe Kurene, and they just came out left on the final tackle. So they, the right side defense of the Hunters went to sleep. They thought they were going to put a kick over, but they just spun it out wide, and that was a powerful run from the number 17 here.
The left side of that field seems to be a favourite for most of these teams that have been for these teams that have been playing today. A couple of try scoring opportunities down in that corner.
Yes, well, we'll go cross over to the sideline to Semi Carissa to get some vibes on the sideline. Semi.
Yeah, g'day guys. I was right in front of that try. I could have caught that ball, and well, I couldn't have. That was a great try by the boys. They basically loaded this side, and they had so many runners that they could pick from to hit into that corner. I reckon the tails are up for the Eels at the moment. They've got off-field people coming on, geeing them up. This is going to be an interesting half for them. I wouldn't be surprised if they run away with it, but that's what I'm feeling from the sideline. Back to you guys.
It's a Semi Carissa on the sideline there for this official broadcast of the Wellington Rugby League Grand Final. 18 points to 12, the Te Aroha Eels over the Victoria Hunters, and well, only 5 minutes in to the second half. Cassius, this is going to turn into a bit of a perler.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, in the first half, the teams is going try for try, so it's really important that the Hunters come back, because if they let the Eels get their tails up again, they're going to be pretty hard to pick back.
Yeah, 6 points in it, and it's staying at 6 points. The Eels over Hunters. Hunters, you know, it's only early in the second half, and I think for their pack, you know, as we said at half time, it's going to be survival of the fittest, and it really is a fitness barrier out there. Weather is still quite warm, so these guys are really sucking in the big ones.
I just want to send the shout out to all our State of Origin Junior Rugby League players. I'm not. Do they get to play today? Or
yeah, they played today. Unfortunately, because of COVID, they had to move their games to the Creek. The under 10s, I know it was a draw, so it was the decider game with the under 12s. Wow. The Western Base had already wrapped it up, so hopefully get the results in soon.
That was a strong hit up there from Lale Osanga for the Te Aroha Eels.
Run it straight.
Gliding into that defensive line.
Wait for me, boys, eh?
Komakarewa, the number 23 Fijian flyer for the Te Aroha Eels on tackle number 2. Whakaro's been doing well out there. Daniel Jackson out of hooker, he's making a little bit of difference in the halves there. Madsen moving into hooker so early in the game. They go left to player coach Denzel Lepua. 18-12, sorry, the Eels over the Hunters. Madsen gets crushed there by Fui Maono, is it, number 15?
It's that's Tanafilo.
Tanafilo. Walters with a kick down. Oh, that's not bad. Good little grubber there.
What
are they going to do? Oh, great try. Great little grubber here from Ned Walters, the fullback, picking it up, and another try to Peter Ekavati. That makes it 2 for him today.
Oh, that was a great try. You know, that was a great set. They made 50 yards, got the chip over the top, fullback to Ekavati. We spoke about him and his speed, and that's a brilliant try from Te Aroha Eels.
You mentioned earlier on, Cass, in regards to Hunters, and you know the fitness was going to tell, and obviously for Te Aroha they were able to really dominate that play, and great try there to that flying Fijian.
Yeah, we'll cross down to the sideline with Semi Carissa, mate.
Yeah, that all came through directional change from the back of that ruck in order to go the other way, and then they exposed basically that line. It was a nice kick, especially with the boys running onto that ball quite nicely, and the bounce was actually what they needed. So again, the Eels have basically got that momentum. Let's see how long it can last for. We'll go back up to the boys upstairs.
Yes, awesome live back in the commentary box. Noel Woods, Willie Anuka and Cassius Carissa. In fact, we're joined here with Charlie Gubb, who's our special guest on the main game today. Of course, former Warriors player. He's currently back here at playing some rugby, I think, with MSP this year. So congratulations. Did they win the Jubilee Cup yesterday?
Oh, you're a sad guy. You're a sad guy.
Yeah, I didn't see the scores.
Unlucky Charlie there. They went down in their semi to OBU, who will be facing Norths in the final of the Jubilee Cup next week. So it's going to be a huge game out there next Sunday.
Nice one. Yeah, so far the game today, boys. Cassius, I think Te Aroha Eels have found that the next gear. They're moving the ball a little bit wider now. Yeah,
they've really found their confidence, and it's all down to the big men up the middle. They're really making their yards. Their centres are really strong, and Walters is really putting a stamp on the mark. He's a key playmaker, showing his experience, and he's getting it done today. Peter
Ekavati, he's really impressed me. Obviously, in the first half, there were a couple of drop balls, but he's really breaking the line and scoring a good try as well.
There you go, conversion successful from Daniel Jackson, of course, the former Eels player in the 2015 Premiership before he embarked on a little bit of a stint in Australia. So good to see him here with his whānau and his tamariki, nice and vocal in the crowd. It is 24 points to 12. The Te Aroha Eels over the Victoria Hunters.
One line up.
As the Eels grind out Lale.
Here he
Another
comes.
strong hit up. Nothing but straights there for Lale. One of the veterans of the Te Aroha Eels.
Hold one, hold.
Tackle one,
Hold,
slow play the ball
hold,
there. He's
go.
feeling that one. With another hit up there from one of the Fijian. A few Fijians actually in the side there, Cassius.
Yeah, there's quite a few hanging around Waifetu nowadays.
Must be the woman in Waifetu.
Oh, here we go. They got numbers out here.
Numbers well. He's been going well
Oh,
today.
wow.
Good
Player
break.
coach,
coach.
Denzel Lepua has been strong today. The Eels looking to go wider now.
Go.
Yeah, you can see they got their tails up. They're really confident. You know, their playmakers are really putting them out, and so it's going to be great to see how the Hunters respond to this.
Yeah, Hunters looking slow on defence now. You can see them struggling to get back, and referees obviously now starting to call a really good 10-metre there. And but obviously for Te Aroha, they're starting to break through the line.
And another little grubber there from the halfback. He's been pretty good today. Tidied up well from the fullback of the Victoria Hunters. Looks like he might be away. Oh, they come across covering in good numbers for the Te Aroha Eels, saving their try.
Hold down one.
Great little pick up there from the fullback of the University Hunters. This guy's been quiet today, number 4 for the Victoria Hunters. Good to see him getting involved early. Attacking opportunity here for the Hunters. The captain, Fuima Ono, with a strong hit up and a strong offload. Hunters in good opportunity to go either side here.
On the line.
Good play the ball, Jamal Tamaiva. Is he short of the line? Yes. Sonny Whakaro, the referee, in good position there. Attacking opportunity, I think tackle 4 here for the Hunters. They go wide to the pivot for the Hunters. And a bit of a nothing play there for the Victoria Hunters. Te Aroha Eels are doing well in defence.
Yeah, no, there was a bit of a nothing play, but they still got one more play. They come down on the blind side, gone to McGee. They're going for the big play, gets the offload up to the winger. Oh, unlucky. They look pretty dangerous down on their left side, on the right side, but I guess the best thing is they still got them down in the corner to get to defend.
Yeah, short down the right side there. Jeremy McKee, who I spoke about earlier on, one of the good players for the Victoria Hunters. He's been really leading from the front and able to offload that ball, but unlucky to the boys.
The Eels working their way out of the red zone. It looks like he's wearing a mic cover on the top of his head. Hunters rushing up in defence here. Ned Walters, he's just showing his experience there, slowing things down. They've been looking for some wingers and centres to get in here for a bit of a hit up here, Cassius.
Yeah, definitely. You know, Hunters are really trying to drown them down here. They really want to force the error. They know how important it is that they have to score next.
Great ball here. The Te Aroha Eels, great offloads. Oh, the Hunters. Oh, he puts a grubber through. He didn't need to do that. Tyson Edmonds back to tidy things up. The ball's gone backwards. Good call there from referee Whakaro.
Yeah. That was a bit of a brain explosion there. You know, they had the ball, they had a set, and he chipped it ahead.
Once again, Ned Walters in there with some experience. Just trying to calm things down for the Eels.
Go.
Yeah, they're keeping that pressure on the line. The Hunters, they're really trying to force an error from TA.
I noticed the Hunters' defensive line is quite squeezed. That's why the Eels are able to get out on the edges and make those half breaks. So they've got to work on that. Lost ball there. I think that might have been squeezed out, but good defence there from the Hunters. A bit of a scuffle there between Lufa and Fuima Ono. And the captain there, number 19, with a great hit up, putting the Hunters in prime real estate to put some points on the board here.
Yeah,
24 points to 12. The Eels over the Hunters. Number 12, he deserves a try.
Oh, wow.
And he grabs a try. Number 12, we've been talking about him all day today. Jeremy McGee putting the Hunters in 24 points to 16.
Mate, he just powered over, right? We've been talking about him all day, like you said, and he got the ball 10 metres out, said, give me the ball, and he went over had about 3 players on him. But we spoke about before how the Hunters needed to score next, and the pressure of their defence really put Hunters under a lot of heat, and they just weren't able to cope.
Great try there from Jeremy McGee. He's a first-time father, so congratulations to him. He's got his first child was born about 6 weeks ago. Nice. So her name is Ferry, and obviously she's not here to probably watch her dad live, but she might be watching it from home. But yeah, great try.
Yeah, congratulations, and after a trial like that, probably see another baby brewing up tonight.
Definitely, mate. It depends though, happy times or sad times, but you know, nevertheless, end of the season.
So there you go, 24 points to 16. Te Aroha Eels over the Victoria Hunters for the plate final here, live from Jerry Collins Stadium. As we cross over live to Semi Carissa on the sideline on beautiful conditions. He's probably going to need some suntan lotion out there.
Oh, definitely.
No, I'm good. I'm good. Look, that last try, I was on the sideline obviously watching that one. Some real individual brilliance there by a few of the Hunters in terms of to make that try happen. I think 3 guys put their hand up in terms of wanting to get across the line. They didn't want to go back into their half and came away with the biscuit. So yeah, I'm having fun down here, guys, and listening to you.
The Semi Carissa on debut, of course,
yes,
for the Aotearoa crew. You can hear him on the Saturday morning sports show. It's a bit of a remix, actually. You guys get special guests and to swap around.
Oh, that's how much we love the station, eh? We love it. So linked to the community. So we'll do anything Saturday, Sunday. We're in there, mate.
Yeah, awesome. And of course, big mihi to the co-masters themselves, Wirangi Luke and Star Olsen, been holding the fort for what 20 plus years. They've decided to finally retire, or did we force them out?
Nah, I think they just wanted to retire, but you know, then when they're ready, they'll come back.
Star Olsen, of course, calling the game today. Good to have our matua back as the Hunters making some good yards already. Grinding up the field. Fui Maono said he's been working hard all day today. Be one of the top 3 players for the Hunters today.
Yeah, he played for New Zealand Universities last year, so very experienced. He's played a lot of rep footy, and now the momentum's totally changed from this game.
Yeah, unfortunately, discipline again. You know, we were talking about TA in the first half giving away a few penalties. And yeah, this is going to really affect them. I think, you know, Hunters are starting to make a good comeback. He's kicked to the sideline there from the number 7.
Yes, the score is 24 points to 18. That conversion was successful from the Hunters. Te Aroha Eels leading this game. And the Hunters hot on the attack now. Number 11, he's been pretty quiet today, makes 5 metres. Hold on, me. Looking for a play the ball. Sonny Whakaro, as we can hear him out there working hard. I tell you what, being a referee in the middle, Cass, I don't know if you're keen 1 year to chuck a whistle in your mouth, mate. It's a tough job.
Yeah, it is tough, and you know, you're never going to please everyone, but I think people need to appreciate, you know, that the effort that the referees are putting into the game. And so, what's this? Is this a recount?
Yes.
Oh, it's a turnover.
It is. I think the ball was slapped out there from the Te Aroha Eels. Whakaro ruled play on. Obviously tidied it up there from Daniel Jackson. That was 0 tackle with the player coach Denzel Lepua strong today.
That was a huge play. I mean, considering the Hunters were on the front foot, they're pretty well established at the moment, and so to turn it over at this time, TA get a breather. Ho!
The Fijian flyer, number 20, scored a couple of tries today. Peter Ekevati with a little half break there. Sonny Whakaro happy with that call to play on. No one was touching him as they go to the fullback out wide to Ned Walters. They've got numbers out here. Lofai looks to go inside. He should have given the ball outside. I think there might have been an opportunity.
Yeah, definitely, man. He had 2 players outside, but he's quite confident to go in and just settle the ball down here. It's still early in the set.
Veteran player, Ed Walters, he's looking to make a great try. Good try there to TA. They've made a big comeback there. Obviously, it's a tight game at the moment, but TA's obviously come through and they've scored in the middle.
Yes, a great offload, of course, creating that hole. Daniel Jackson as a good hooker in support. Heavy wrap with that try to take the score out to 28-18. The Eels over the Hunters.
That was another great support play try. You saw the offload there from the big forward. We saw Ikavati made that breakdown here that really turned it around for them. And then we saw the hooker there go under the post, Daniel Walker. He's been... Yeah, like you said, he's a hooker, but he's now in the halves. He's going pretty well there today.
Yes, well, that's a bit interesting because Madsen came on quite early in the piece. Changed the game up, I think.
Yes,
you know, they're looking to go wider. Daniel, Ned Walters, 2 experienced players in the halves. I think it's paid off today.
Yeah, I think the TA are really starting to push on in this game now. They've obviously they're ahead by two tries, and I think, for the Hunters, they've really got to have a good think as to what they need to do in the second half. There's been a torrid battle up front in the forwards, and I think if they can use it's an expensive field that you can use nice and dry. Hopefully they can utilise that the next few minutes.
Now looking to convert his own try. Should be an easy one. It is converted. The flags are up from touch judges Derek Somolia, Brendan Woolridge, to take the score out to 30 points to 18. The Te Aroha Eels over the Victoria Hunters. As we cross down to the sideline with the Semi Carissa. Semi, so far, mate, as you said, as you tipped Te Aroha Eels just on the edge.
Yeah, I mean, once they're into this half, they are just switching on. They're working hard for each other off the ball, and the halves are actually in the right places when it comes down to it. So, like I said, I'm having fun down here while watching this final. I'm expecting the Eels to maybe keep going, maybe one last burst from the Hunters, but you guys are their experts, so you'll let me know as the game goes on.
Semi Carissa live on the sideline as Whakaro signals kick-off here in the second half. 30 points to 18, the Eels over the Hunters here in the Plate Grand Final.
Here we go.
Another Fijian taking it up, a great hit up there, 20 metres made.
Hold on, me fine, no fine.
From Kama Porirua. I think that is number 23 for the Eels. Player coach is Denzel. Has been working hard, Denzel Lepua.
Movement! On the line, that's 2, stay square. 2, play on.
Madsen out to Edmonds. Another little break there from number 17. Goes inside to the fullback. Number 1 is looking pretty good. Is he going to get it inside? Oh, what a great try to the Eels.
Wow.
Sonny Whakaro is happy with that. He has signal played on as he looks to his touch judge to confirm the try. There you go, it is confirmed, 34 points to 18, the Eels over the Hunters.
I think that could be the ball game, guys. That could be the ball game. 3 converted tries out, and that was a great try. Break side down on this side. But what about the Benji Marshall pass from the fullback, Corey Howell? That was a great Benji Marshall.
I was just going to call that, Cass. That was a classic Benji Marshall pass right there. Nice flick on the inside, and great try to Te Aroha. You can see them, they're static, but there's still some time to go, you know. Hunters can slowly make a bit of a comeback, but yeah, it's looking pretty tough at the moment.
Yeah, as I said, the Victoria Hunters defensive line has compressed all of a sudden, causing the Eels to sort of spin it wide and getting them out on the edges.
Yeah. Well, we spoke about the changes. You know, the hook has gone out to the half now, so when you have playmakers in different parts of the field there, you get it wide quite comfortably. We saw that. It was a perfect enough there.
Yes. So as we cross to the sideline with Semi Carissa, mate, I think the way the Eels are pumping now.
Get right in front of him, camera 3. Come around so you can see his face. Get right in front. Right around in front.
Hey, this thing started flipping, bro.
Yeah, and once he's placed it now, you can back up and start coming around to see that. That's it.
I think it's working.
That's it, dude.
Lost Stadium. Broadcasting on RTL Toy FM Facebook page. Big shout out to all our viewers out there, also on the Wellington Rugby League Facebook page. Yes, wonderful occasion here with the kick from Daniel Walker, unsuccessful, 34 points to 18. The Te Aroha Eels over the Victoria Hunters.
Yeah, 34-18, it's going to be hard to pull back, you know, the Hunters, but they have shown before, if they turn the momentum around, if they get their forwards and do their drum set, they'll get the ball back. But as Noel mentioned before, the TA team, when they go wide, they're exposing them quite easily, Willie.
Yeah, it's a real shame for the Hunters. I mean, they played really well in the first half and they kept the score nice and tight, but as you were saying, you know, TA is starting to get a bit of dominance there, and they're starting to use the field as well, obviously using their flying Fijian down there and
Here we go.
making a lot of breaks.
Yeah, Whakaro signals kick-off for the Hunters. Eels are on fire at the moment. Player coach Denzel Lepua with another strong hit-up. In fact, strong defence by number 12, Jeremy McKee. For the Hunters, he's been strong all day. Be one of my player of the days. And of course, the try scorer, I think that was.
Yep.
Stand.
With his hit up, he'll be wrapped with that try, no doubt.
Ikavati, he's looking for work. You know, this good thing about the Eels, their centres are getting and doing the hard yards, so it's really making a difference for their forwards.
Yeah, really pushing through the line and but
Went down, went down.
good tackle there,
Oh, back it up. Go to the line.
yeah, trying to sneak
Good
a
line,
couple
go.
of extra yards there.
4.
Early kick, be looking for the 40-20 there from the captain, Neha. Good chase from the fullback for Te Aroha, Corey Howe, who's scored a try today, I think.
Yeah, he has. He's been
he?
really impressive. He's been supportive. He's been making some breaks down the left-hand side, so he's a good young prospect for the Te Aroha Eels.
Yeah, he was obviously the one who did that Benji Marshall flick pass. He's got some skills, and he's obviously, you know, keeping an eye on the play, especially on the defensive line. You can see him calling players out all the time, making sure they're in their right spots for on defence.
Yeah, great defensive play there from the Eels as they go to the experienced veteran Jamal. Inside ball to, is that one of the Fui Maono brothers?
Yes, it is.
Number 13, of course, 3 brothers there. Another high shot, possibly. Yes, Sonny Whakaro. He's on to that one. And they've just been slipping up, and they haven't been intentional ones.
Yeah. Yeah, they've been all accidental, but what we have seen is the Hunters is Tolova'a, who was on fire in the beginning, has just come back onto the field. So I'm not sure why he was off for so long. He's quite dangerous up the middle, and now he's just been injected back in.
Yeah, those penalties are slowly coming against TA once again for discipline, as we see the number 12, Jeremy McKee. Jeremy McKee has been a great player. He's played really well today.
Yes, Hunters, they need a score here. They're going to have to look for something. They've been pretty ordinary out wide, actually. Their forwards have been good today, so here we go. Fui Mano, yes, with a great great tackle there from the fullback, but Fui Mano gets the ball away to number 16. Another try to the Hunters, much needed try.
Wow, you said they needed to score, and right on cue was Fui Mano up down the middle. I thought he was tackled there, but he managed to get up. No one had him on hand, and so we passed the ball out. Great try from the Hunters, so they're still in with a sniff. Yeah,
that's backed off a penalty from TA. So you know they really do need to look at their discipline. But I just think the Hunters have been playing really well there with their forward pack. Obviously the guys like Howard Gardner, Jeremy McGee, and those Fui Moano brothers, they are impressive.
The Year 2 Whānau Song Competition is back. Just compose an original song inspiring positive change and be in to win great cash prizes from a pool of $10,000. It's an awesome kaupapa, so tell your whānau and friends to enter now. For full competition details and to enter, go to the Year 2 Whānau Facebook page. Entries close Sunday 18th of October. Year 2 Whānau, te manakaha o te whānau.
Kia ora noi, we are live back here from Jerry Collins Stadium. Was the kick successful there?
Yes, it was successful. So we've seen the Hunters come back into the play now. You know, we said they needed to score, and they scored from their inspirational leader, Fui Maono, up the middle. Yes. Up the middle, all day.
Yeah, I was mentioning before the Fui Maono brothers, all of them, they've obviously stalwarts for the Hunter Club, and you know, they've been leading from the front along with those 2 second rowers as well. It's a real close game out there. I mean, the Hunters were able to score that try and get back into it again. As you can see, TA having a bit of a chat before they get into their kickoff. Obviously, they'll be taking their time. They'll be taking their time. They'll be looking at the player because it's only about a minute's really. And so they just need to hold this Hunters team up. This must be
oh, man, I'm guessing maybe 18, 17 minutes ago. So the score is still 4 points to 22. You can tell like Eels over the Hunters. Jeremy McGee on 12 of the Hunters being strong all day with another strong hit. Did well by the Te Aroha Eels defenders. In fact, the veterans met this season needs to get involved a bit more.
There's no check for he's only touched the ball about 3 times in the second. They need to get involved. Maybe see the ball always coming into text from yarns for you, and they have opportunity to go wide here, but it's still a bit shy. They're looking to go wide this time. The other second rower, Afamasanga, you spoke about, he's making a big breakdown there. Great breakdown there for Afamasanga, and hopefully they can get something on the end of the set.
Yeah, they're trying to push it out to the edges now. The Hunters, good play there by number 11, Gardner. Another one of those hard-working second rowers. He's doing really well. Just want to give it.
Wing off!
Oh, tied it up nicely there from the captain, Ned Walters. A good grubber through, actually. The Hunters just didn't have the chasers to follow up as the veteran takes his time.
Yeah, that was veteran. That was experience. You know, he knew that kick was coming. He was able to sniff it out, and he stopped the attack from the Hunters.
Yeah, we had a quick comment there on Facebook by Mose Gallo. He's one of the Porirua councillors. Obviously encouraging us commentators to speak te reo, te wiki o te reo Māori. Big kia ora out to all our Wellington viewers and everyone else across the world that are watching this on Facebook Live or watching this on our live feed.
Oh, what a run.
Tētahi o ngā pau tuki pau mua lale au sanga. Mai te kapa te aroha Eels, ai tika te kōrero te wiki te reo Māori a. Ka hai ki te taha matau, ka kiki te pōroa Ned Walters, ki runga rā. Ki ngā whatu o Tamanui te rā e ki. Me te kapa Victoria Hunters tidying that one up nicely. Met well in defence there from Daniel Jackson and of course the double try scorer, the flying Fijian Ekavati.
Oh, here he is, Pellet. You know, we spoke about him getting involved. He's taking a hit up, but he's met well in the defence from the Te Aroha backs out here.
Yeah, he's been covered really well by young Peter Ekavati. Every time he's tried to make a bit of a break, Ekavati's been on him straight away, like just there trying to make a tackle, but obviously they've been able to get that ball back out. But he's tackled him again. Great tackle there from Ekavati.
Yes, Victoria Hunters need to score here. There were a couple of tries out, 34 points to the 22. The Te Aroha Eels leading the Hunters. Whakaro, I think. They'll go left. They've got a good line out there. Jamal with the short ball. He's in. Full back to beat.
Somebody
and a great try there. Fuima Ono, of course, set the earlier try up with an offload. Comes back for the Hunters, much needed.
Oh, Leo, he's been outstanding this last 10 minutes. He's really changed the momentum of the whole game, and that was just a great run and good run. He saw the full back, but you could see no one was going to stop him, mate. He was under there. Yeah, strong running off that short pass there. Fuima Ono, he's really been fronting up for these boys and led.
It's 34 points to 26. The Te Aroha Eels over the Victoria Hunters.
Julius, you see if you can find Semi.
Down to the main game today. Wellington are looking to make it 5 in a row, looking to make history here in Wellington.
Before you'll go to the kicker.
To end that history. Hopefully the drums will be out later on.
Listening, Toby. If you can come around to the front of him while he places the ball and then move around. So get right in front of him while he places the ball.
Yeah, we can see a few heads looking over the screen. Down the street over there. So, you know, we're talking about the form of their supporters. While some of the ones that get it, might be a few things outside their fence.
That's not happy, bro.
This is not happy. At home and stuff, you know, so might not even have an iPhone to do that with the conversion. Looking good for the Hunters. Over.
Yeah.
So 34 points to 28. The Eels lead the Hunters. JT Canton, who scored a couple of tries today, with another successful conversion.
Wow, it's only 6 points in it now. You know, just when we thought the Eels were running away with it, the Hunters have grinded it in. And big ups to Leo Fuima Ono, playing at number 10, and he's usually a back rower or centre, but with that amount of power and energy, mate, he can put him anywhere.
Yeah, and it was interesting before, you know. I mean, you know, for the Hunters, they look quite fatigued out there, but you know, they've really tried to put some good plays in place, and obviously they've scored some tries. To now they're only 6 points behind. So again, it looks like TA is very slow in terms of coming back to the halfway line and getting ready to kick off.
Yes, we'll cross over down the sideline with Semi Carissa, mate. You can call the game for a couple of minutes.
All on. Nothing silly, boys.
My mic on.
Nothing
Oh,
silly,
gentlemen,
TA.
I'd love to call the game at the moment, but I have problems with the mic at the moment. Look, that was a great try that we got there. Hunters are coming back quite nicely at the moment. I think they've got a second wind. This left edge of the Eels is struggling at the moment to get back on D. The three boys over here have been walking for the last 5 minutes, hoping that the ball doesn't come their way, as you can see right now. So Eels really need to start working on their D off the ball. Man. And at the moment, as you can see, they're all walking at the moment. They'll start running now. I sound like a coach, sorry boys, but yeah, we're basically coming to the point where it's the Eels to lose at the moment. So we'll head back to you guys.
Yes, here we are, 34 points to 28. Eels over the Hunters. They go the short side again. They've been good on the today. The Victoria Hunters are taking the settle. Whakaro's been vocal out there. He's been good. He's been talking to the boys. Good discipline so far in the match. Number 13, one of the Fuima Ono brothers. There are 3 of them. One of them being the captain with another good hit up. Number 13's been working hard today. They go the blind side again. The try scorer, number 9, he could be in. Gets a nice little offload out to Kenny. Another great try to number 13, 3.
Cam 4, I've lost. Oh, yeah, no, you're good, camera 4, you're good. Just try to move slowly. You're dropping out a lot, camera 4.
That's what rugby league is all about. Attrition, and then obviously you get into these situations where they're trying to obviously score those tries through some great little pop passes there, and Hunter doing really well to get over the line.
The Year 2 Whānau Song Competition is back. Just compose an original song inspiring positive change and be in to win great cash prizes from a pool of $10,000. It's an awesome kaupapa, so tell your whānau and friends to enter now. For full competition details and to enter, go to the Year 2 Whānau Facebook page. Entries close Sunday 18th of October. Year 2 Whānau, te manakaha o te whānau.
Kia ora no e te winau mai hoki mai anō. Ki te papatākoro Jerry Collins, me hoki ngā mahara ki tērā ngā tangata rongo nui I te toki te... One game of rugby league.
Yeah, he had a couple of games, and that was for the Parramatta Raiders.
Come around, well, as he moves to straight the post.
This is the all-important kick here. Let's see how it goes, young Kenton. Ball. Oh, it's straight between the dots, and it's a draw now. 34 all. What a...
It's a great comeback there from the Hunters. They've done really well there. Obviously, it's TA managed to get on top of them in the early stages of the second half, but really pushing. You can see the Hunters all G'ing each other up, and we're going to see a great next 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes from the boys.
Yeah, it'll be pretty warm out there with the sun, so that'll be affecting the fatigue a little bit for the Eels and for both sides, but I think the Hunters have just found their next gear that's been missing for most of the match, so we're going to be going into extra time here. 34 all, Te Aroha Eels, Victoria Hunters for the place.
Do you reckon she can play?
5 away from Jerry Collins Stadium.
They're going to pop it.
Yeah. Whakaro signals the kick-off again. Daniel Wilkinson strong all day. Taking that out with one step there, we've got the ball back on the half line. Number 12, Jerry Room again with another strong hit up. Tackle one there. Oh, it's good on bounce. That could be crucial for the Hunters. Te Aroha Eels will be happy with that.
Oh, this is field goal territory. If they can set up for the field goal, this is the perfect opportunity. Very unfortunate. Fields out. But he's just made a crucial mistake there, handed over to the Te Aroha Eels in their own half, so they have to show resilience in defence here to hold them out. It's going to be tough.
And this is where the experience from number 6, Ned Walters, as you were saying, Cass, you know, they might be trying to push it for a field goal. If they can get that, then they can obviously get up by 1, but close game.
Speaking of field goals, that was how they won against the Petone Panthers to get to this game, with a field goal in the dying stages, so they're used to that. Oh! Just scratched.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, he's lost the ball. Crucial play there.
Yep.
Good defence, though, from the Hunters to knock that ball from behind of the flying Fijian Peter Ekevati with abrasive tries today. Crucial moment of the game there. Could go either way now.
Yeah, it was a bit of an experience. He made the break there. He was getting tackled and he was looking for the offload where he should have just pinned his ear back and just went down for the tackle. So the Hunters are let off the hook there, and so they'll look to get down stage.
Yeah, running down the sideline, Howard Gardner, he's really done well as a second rower. Running on the edge as your typical second rowers. I think he's having a great game as well, but trying to stay down those edges. It's a close game.
It's the Victoria Hunters 34 all here at Jerry Collins Stadium. They get the offload. They've got some good numbers out here for the Hunters, but no one just struggling things up. Little arms out there. And of course, Sharon with he's using it everywhere today.
What's the problem with them? What is the problem?
It's in for help. Let's see what they got. This is the final. It's going to get to the payment. It's a real switch. So real switch. So they come back to Jamar. The victory.
Going from 1 or 2.
Ah, the fucking camera shows.
Great try, Jello. Eels just let that one to bounce. Both the fullback and the winger, Charlie Gov, the Hunter.
There, I need you to move closer to the Wi-Fi signal somehow. That's better, thank you.
Great try on the corner there from the Hunters.
This cross to the sideline, Sydney from Wester. Full-time whistle has just gone, Sydney.
Stay on the field, Paul. Those are the winners there. 3, you go find Semi.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Shouldn't be doing that.
Get right in there, Paul. Get right in there.
With the centre, Ekavati losing that ball, forced the turnover, Hunter scoring in the other corner.
Oh man, what is one of the best comebacks I've ever seen as well. 12 points behind, 4 big from the front.
Stick in there with them, Paul. Get in tight. Go into all those celebrations are happening.
And here's a bounce like 70 seat, and then it was a straight in the corner to Carlos. So very unfortunate for that too, but congratulations to the Victoria.